I know it's great to get the opportunity and the numbers start coming late in the game, but overall, I know you want all that stuff to come in wins. But what did you want to impact knowing that the team needed more with Bam out?
I just want to do, what I was able to do, play my role a little bit. And so, that's why, the beginning of the game was a little slow, but towards the end, I was like, we got to have some type of spark. So, I just started letting off shots.
How tough was it with Zubats in there? He had a 20 and 20 tonight. He's skilled at doing that, of course.
I mean, in any and every game is going to be, more of like a lesson for me, and where I can, just go back and look at it and just learn off of it. So, I'm going to definitely take this game and, just learn what I can from it.
Spo noted that this is probably of the turnovers. There weren't a boatload. It was 16. It was just them getting points off those turns, what was the hardest thing when they would turn and go and turn those into points.
Yeah, man, turnovers is always a big thing that, you got to try to avoid on, both teams. So, I mean, if you got too many turnovers, that could determine the whole game. So.
Their defense, obviously highly rated. They're fourth rated right now. Do you give their defense a lot of credit for getting you guys stagnated starting in that second quarter, and it just looked like the offense could never really get going until you had it late?
Yeah, I mean, some stuff is, of course you got to give credit to their defense, but, some stuff, our offense, we was a little stagnant sometimes, couldn't really get into what we wanted to, so.
Right. Tyler, I know that you want these high production games to come in wins, but there also is something to your consistency and being able to keep your scoring at a high level while you're helping out with rebounding, particularly with Bam out.
I mean, we all tried to figure out different ways to, fill that void with Bam being out. I feel like Kel'el stepped up big in his minutes, really to start the game. We came out how we were supposed to. Obviously, it wasn't perfect, but just the intent of the intention, the detail to the game plan was, it was all good. So obviously the loss wasn't what we wanted, but I feel like first half was decent, and then second half some things got away from us with their pressure, but we'll be all right.
Yeah, full credit to their defense. I know that they're rated fourth in the league right now in that space.
Yeah, I mean, they have a bunch of, long defenders all across the court, guys that can, switch 1 through 5, make things tough on you. And anytime you're playing a guy or a team with the guys like that that can, really get into the ball and pressure you, sometimes you'll get taken out of your offense if you're not really paying attention to the different details.
16 turnovers isn't horrific. It's not what you want, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It's the opportunities they had off those turnovers to get to 27 points. How challenging was it to try to get back once they had them and try to stop those pick sixes?
Yeah, I mean, in a game like this, down one of our guys, obviously, trying to limit the mistakes is key. Trying to almost play a perfect game is kind of what we needed tonight. Obviously, defensively, I thought we were not bad, but like you said, some of the turnovers were allowing them to get runouts on the other end, getting easy buckets, and then, you remember the James Harden step-back threes, but it's really the turnovers that are turning into the easy layups for all the other guys.
Like when you don't have Bam out there and like Caleb can give you minutes of start and Kel'el can come in and try to give you stuff, but there's just like you have to kind of you're missing your captain, right? What's that like?
Yeah, I mean he's still very vocal. Even though he's not suited up, you feel his energy, you feel his voice in the huddles, before the game, after the game. So. Obviously, missing him on the court is one thing, but I like how he still is leading us in different ways.
How good was to see Kel'el have a game like that as he continues to grow and mature?
He's one of my favorite players in the NBA. So, just watching him grow, really excited for it. He's a guy that just keeps taking steps forward. He loves to learn, loves to pick up on different things, and I'm excited to watch him grow.
Really got that thing kind of locked in. It was okay in the second quarter because you stayed with them, but then the offense just couldn't get cranking at that time.
Yeah, you have to credit them. They stepped up their pressure. That's what they do. There were several possessions there at the end of the third, beginning of the fourth, where we couldn't even get into offense. And wherever the ball was supposed to go, they had us on the wrong side of the court, sped us up, pressured us. Then we just didn't make the appropriate decisions after the pressure. But we'll get better with it. That's probably the most active defense that we've played on this road trip for sure. And We got to learn those lessons and move on.
Kevin Love got the start today. Could he go longer? I know I think he got like 15 minutes or something. Could he play more, or is that just about what he has?
How many did he play?
I think 15 when I looked.
Yeah, he can play more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the game that you had. I mean, obviously with Bam out, you had to go with somebody else at that spot.
Yeah, and Kel'el had been playing really well, and he had a very good game tonight. And Nico had been playing, really well. Tonight wasn't an indication of how well he's been playing, but K-Love is super important for this team. He's making some improvements. The 13 rebounds, for sure. I think he could have had a couple more. He changed some shots under the rim. We still want him to elevate, and there's probably 3 or 4 more that he could have gotten to. And deflections and interior, pass defense. But he's making progress. And it seems to be, every day that he's learning something new.
And I think they ended up with 27 fast break points. How much did that average?
Yeah, it was. I would say 25 of those were off our turnovers. I don't know how many pick sixes they had. That's the most pick sixes we've given up, this season in a game. All right, cool. Thank you.